I don't know, Sephiroth, but I think Paul Rubens all of a sudden started guest hosting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Storytime. Oh, no, wait, that's the wrong show. That's the wrong show. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
Come on, Llama.
Well-
I asked you to open the show, and then all of a sudden you start doing story time with the llama.
It's a habit, guys. It's a habit. This is why Paul runs the show. Anyways, just kidding. Welcome to Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed from the Escape Pod cast. Sam Hebert here, along with my wonderful co-host Paul. How you doing, Paul?
Oh, it's been an interesting week. We were supposed to have Will from Gameloft on this show, but there's a reason. Can't go into it, but there's a reason that he's delayed it just a little bit more. Don't be mad at us. But
or him. Don't be mad at us or him.
Or him. So, it will be worth it. That's all I can say.
We are very, very excited to have Will on, and it will happen. But like Paul said, just a little delayed. So we're going to get into, some of the things that we want to talk about this week. First off, Skelly. Let's talk about Skelly. Did you like his event?
I laughed. I cried. It was better than Cats. The whole Skelly story. I mean, this is what I love about this game. We saw it a little bit in Dragon Champions, where they were kind of breaking the fourth wall. They did it earlier in this game in the DigiJ event. They do it throughout the entire campaign, which Will, test accounts. We want to voice the entire campaign for you.
Oh, that would be so great.
But I loved the comedy in it, as we've come to expect from Lego games. But most of all, I liked that they expanded a unboxed event.
Yes. Yeah. So it was a little bit of a different setup, right? Like you had your normal, few nodes in the beginning to get your Skelly tiles, and then they gave some pretty great rewards in the next couple nodes that followed. Just to, you did have to use Skelly, and you had to try and keep him alive. But
I love how you call Yorick Skelly. You refuse to call him by his name. He's just Skelly.
I do. He is Skelly now. He will always and forever be Skelly to me. Because that's what he was when we originally covered his data mined kit. So, but yeah, the event was so much fun. They gave us some pretty great rewards, some ability materials, which was pretty awesome. Some decent gold, which was great.
That is absolutely what I loved about this whole thing, was the ability materials.
Yes.
That just were they made it rain ability materials.
They did. They really did. It was great. I mean, of course, mine are all gone already, but
same.
Yeah.
Same. Hiker and Dwayne.
Yeah. But it was a great event. I thought the story was awesome, and they kind of had fun with him being kind of like a jack of all trades, right? And having so many like faction tags, and they made him a thespian. I thought it was awesome.
What was that? You thought it was great now that they had all these different faction tags?
What I said was I thought it was great that they played to the fact that they put so many faction tags on him. I'm not necessarily super happy about how many faction tags he has on it, and to be completely honest, I don't think he works as well with all of the factions. And that's kind of what I anticipated, right? So I've been playing around with him a little bit. Let's just stop. We'll come back to that. Where is he sitting at for you?
He's sitting at level 1. I'm still working on my space stuff, but since one announcement, I did hit 5,000, or not 5,000. I did hit level 50.
50. Welcome to the
Yep.
50 Club.
And all of a sudden my video froze. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I hit level 50 just this past weekend, and I could not be happier. Now, I can report that in order to take a character from level 50, I thought to grab the screen grab so we knew the benchmark. You need 773,695 gold, and 1/10 of that in scrolls. So essentially, taking somebody all the way from 1 to 50 is almost a literal 10% scroll to gold ratio. And maybe that's what we need to think about. And I'd like to get your opinion on this. When we're going from 1 to 50 on different characters, is that what we should be buying? 10 for every 10 gold that we buy 10 scroll packs, if we're using our crystals for that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge difference, right? And the big thing to note is that ability scrolls, that's the only place you use them.
Yes, you do use gold elsewhere. That is true.
Elsewhere. So I think that the ratio is even larger when you think about, the kind of ratios you should purchase in. But I mean, like I said, when we were speaking about this before, I have purchased one of those like max crystal, scroll packs, and I have not gone through it. So between what I've gotten elsewhere from events and the challenges every day and those kinds of things, that I haven't gone through it yet. So I think that, the ability materials, not to say that they're irrelevant, but trying to keep track of them and making sure that like I'm staying on top of having enough is not necessarily something that's really on my radar.
Yeah, another thing, another fun thing about all of it is that if you do focus in certain areas, your scrolls and your scrolls will kind of replenish themselves by the time you need them again. Kind of like how we've seen in the other games that we play, where once you're max level and you're not spending that to level up and catch your characters up to your level, you start building a stockpile.
Yes. Yep. And that's a big thing too, is I've been sitting at level 50 for a while and I have a stockpile. So I don't even bother checking like, do I have enough scrolls to level this character up? It's do I have enough gold to level this character up is really what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and it's also another thing is that it will be imperative to have that stockpile if a level cap, I really shouldn't say if.
I would say when.
When a level cap hits this game.
Yep.
I think we talked about it before, but where do you think that the level cap will go? I'm thinking it's just going to be a 20 level cap and it's going to go to 70.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think if they're going to go higher than that, they're not going to go higher than 75. But I think that there's going to be 2 levels before they get to something similar to, where we're at in the other game. And obviously in the other game, it's not at 100 yet. So, I mean, I think that they're going to ease it. It's going to go gradual, I think.
Okay, so there's some possible breaking news coming tomorrow if all signs point to it. There's no level increase in that other game as of the 23rd of June.
Right. That's very true. I mean, that would be just my luck. But yeah, so I think that it is going to be gradual because I think they know, especially with the gold, what kind of crunch it's going to put players in. So, I mean, I even would say I'd be okay with lower than a 20 level jump. I'd be okay if they did it in 10s.
Yeah.
Just because the gold is really going to kill everybody. Like, nobody's going to be able to have the kind of gold to, like, take all the players that they've, gotten to level 50 and just immediately take them up. It's going to have to happen in phases.
That's how it happens in phases. Once you're 50 and you build up your teams, then you go back and, I'm starting to work on Poppy now because she's
Poppy.
Yeah, she's pretty much the only builder healer.
Yeah.
So I need a healer for that team. So I'm going to work on Poppy for, when I'm not working on my space team.
Yes.
Space team. So, and we are recording this live on our Twitch channel. Frankie says that they might do it in 5 increments like they did in Marvel Strike Force. I did not know that they did it in 5 increments.
I didn't play Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah. D tells me fitness instructor. Yes, I know fitness instructor, but I'm kind of more partial to the AoE. I like Poppy a little bit better. I happen to like unpopular characters. I'm the guy who had relicked bugs before the rework in the other game, so it works out.
Yeah. But so your Skelly is at level 1. Is he just at 2 stars?
Yeah, he's at 2 stars because I can't whale right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's we're working on paying the medical bills in our household.
Yeah.
But did you whale out on Skelly is going to be my question.
A little bit. He's at 4.
4?
Yeah. Well, because I wanted to. Well, I mean, in all honesty, once I used him in the event and I saw how fast he is, I was like, I want to be able to play. So that was kind of why I took him to 4. So he's 4. He's gear 5 plus. His abilities are met. But yeah, so I wanted to be able to play around with him, and so in those kind of extra nodes in the event, I use that to play around with him and see kind of how his abilities work and how he works paired with different teams and things like that. So I use my castle team, I use my pirates team. He is way better with the pirates team. I'm not super impressed with his castle ability. I'm really not.
I think we mentioned that when we first read it, is that he sounds more like... All right.
What just happened? You get the notifications.
Yeah, I hate interrupting the podcast to say something, but...
No, I mean, if you're speechless as you are, please interrupt.
3,400 bits from Frankie HB.
Oh my goodness, Frankie! Thank you, Frankie. Wow. Wow. That's awesome.
Cheers, Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie.
Yeah. He told me one day he was going to do something like that. Love you, Frankie. Don't ever change. Don't ever change. And we'll thank you again once we do our acknowledgments. You're not going to catch me in the middle of a show. You're supposed to do that during a regular stream, like Marbles or something. Anyway. Where was I?
We were talking about...
you had said that Skelly
Castle.
didn't look like he was going to be good in...
his castle ability is not that great. Yeah.
In Castle.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm a fan of him with pirates. I liked it. I was about it. So I think that I'm not disappointed at all with where I took him. I think I'll use him in Brixped for sure if we ever get it back. I'm sure we will, but I'm being impatient because I miss it.
Okay, let's talk about that because we mentioned, or at least Wardy brought to our attention the fact that they're that you could reset and start over, and I think that might have caught the attention of Gameloft, and they're like, "Oh, that shouldn't be."
Yeah. The timing is just a little suspicious, but yeah, I think that might have been one if there are multiple of the exploits that they were talking about in Brixpedition.
Yeah.
So
we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
They haven't told us.
Was.
Yeah, they haven't said anything about what it was. I'm not sure if they will even after the fact. They might. But
I actually hope they don't.
Yeah. But yeah, they discovered some exploits and some I think they included a couple bug fixes in Brixpedition as well that they're going to do while it's offline. I think that's what I saw in the announcement.
Maybe make it a little bit easier.
I don't know about that.
Let me pull up the announcement here.
Yeah, I've got it.
I'm on there.
I've got it. We will be closing Brixpedition temporarily so that our team can fix up some issues, as well as some exploits that we have become aware of. We, as a game, do not support or tolerate exploits. The goal of our game is to be fair and fun, and if some players are getting around the way the game is designed, it is no longer fair to the players who are playing as intended.
Right.
They did also send us a nice little reward.
Yeah. Did you happen to snag a picture of what that was?
I did. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
They sent us 5,000 scrolls, ability scroll or XP scrolls. They sent us 5 tiles of the different sets that are exclusive to Brixpedition. So the Fire Station, Jay's Dragon, Magisto, those kind of sets. And then they also gave us 250,000 gold. So I thought that was nice. I was happy with that.
Yeah, I think they did the right thing.
But
that's just me. I mean, am I right? What do you think it was the right thing, or do you think that it was too little or too much?
No, I mean, I think they gave us it depends on how long it's down, right? So I think they gave us the average rewards for one full cycle of Brixpedition. So we'll see how long Brixpedition is down. If Brixpedition's down for 3 months, I will not be happy with those rewards because I would have gotten a lot more from playing Brixpedition. But if they only expect it to be down this week, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, we do have, there is stuff that's coming up down the line.
There is, and we will get to that after the first break in the second segment. But
yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm okay with the rewards. I think that it was a great gesture. I mean, there have been plenty of things that have been shut off in the other game, and we've gotten nada for it. So I think it was great for them to be like, hey, we found an issue. Sorry, here's a present. I like presents.
They definitely did more than what we're, I guess the word would be, used to.
Yeah.
I've seen comparable in Dragon Legends. I don't have the experience with Strike Force to talk about that, but I think Gameloft made the right decision. And if it was, and we of course would like to say, if it was what Wardy pointed out to us, sorry.
Oops. Yeah, I know. Right after they made the announcement, Wardy and I were chatting, and he was like, "I really hope this isn't what we were talking about last night or the other night." And I was like, "I don't know, dude, but it's a little, it's convenient timing." But I mean, hey, that was before the video. That was before the video was actually up on YouTube, so that means they watch us even on Twitch, right?
which, by the way, it goes to show, hey, add the Twitch numbers to the YouTube numbers. Silver.
Silver. Yeah. So we still haven't gotten any sort of announcement on admittance or qualification into the content creator program, but we're hoping that it comes soon.
Yeah. And by the way, for those who said all the sounds are too loud, until I can fix the saber sound effect, it is now low. We now have we have fixed that issue. Sorry for the blowing out of eardrums.
Yes. Sorry.
So, all right. What else you got on the docket for segment 1?
I mean, not much else. Just the Skelly event and the Brixpedition faux pas here. Other than those two things, there hasn't really been much happening in game.
So what if there was anything that you could change about Brixpedition? What would you change? Let's just open a dialogue here and chat. We are, as I said, we are recording this live on Twitch. What would you like to change in Brixpedition compared to what it was when it was launched?
So I think that I am a very big fan of Brixpedition. I have been having a lot of fun playing it. I've been having a lot of fun getting some of the exclusive sets. I mean, we talked about this before a little bit. It would be nice if we could, sim some of the battles, especially in the early phase, just because it's a little tedious, I guess. I to go in and battle 10 times on something that you're going to kind of beat, even if it's just kind of simming the battles themselves, just being able to hit like a loot button. But I mean, with that being said, I would definitely put in a requirement on how many times you need to pass that phase, similar to Galactic War. So if you beat wave 1 of Brixpedition 56 times, you can go ahead and start simming the battles.
So, yeah, I mean, I could see that. But what about the loss of health that usually results in a Brixped battle? Would you sacrifice 5 to 10% health each time that you hit that loot button? Would that be your trade-off?
But I mean, at the same time, that health only is valid in that specific phase, right? So it's not like your health carries from day 1 to day 2. So, similar to Galactic War, your health carries over in battles in Galactic War as well. So there's still a way to sim that. So I think that if you have kind of proven your competency in completing that phase X amount of times, you should be able to just go ahead and loot the battles. And I don't think that the health loss is really relevant, because once you get past that phase, everything's gonna reset anyway.
But there's how many battles? There's 15 battles. So if you're losing 10% health on each character, you still would then have to spend some of your med kits, or go in and do a battle and bring Hiker and heal everybody.
True, but you wouldn't be doing all 15 battles. I still think you would only do 10, because you would have to still choose your path the way you do now. I don't think that if you sim it, you shouldn't get all 15 rewards. You would get 10 like you play it now. So
maybe what you're kind of alluding to would be you have to battle the reward nodes, and you could sim the in-betweens?
No, I think that simming all of them would be fine. I think that you would still go through Brixpedition, and instead of hitting battle, you would hit loot, and it would loot that node. And then next you would choose if you want to go north or south, and if you went south, you would loot that node and kind of follow on your way and go back and forth. I don't think it's like a, once in the beginning you hit sim and it like automatically like kind of takes you through. I think that you would still have to go through each one, but it would take you 30 seconds to go through the map instead of a few minutes actually doing all of the battles.
Well, I do think that we have kind of been spoiled.
I agree.
I really do think that we've been spoiled with the games that we've played before. And Brixpedition's been out just about a month and we're already wanting to sim the thing.
I know. I'm awful. I know I am.
Yeah. Trade more of your roster to gain sims. Sephiranus
I like that.
Suggests. So
that's a great suggestion.
And maybe you can't, and another idea thrown out there, maybe you can't sim the last 25% of Brixped.
Right. Yeah, I would say like the last 4 waves, the harder ones, because I think that they're, as we continue to do this, those like first 3 waves are going to become pretty tedious.
Oh yeah.
Because I just go in and I put it on auto anyway. Sorry,
did not mean to make the loud sound.
It was quiet in my ears, but yeah, I think that going through and looting would definitely be a great addition. So. I also think that they should fix the fact that your ability cooldowns reset every battle.
I like that. It gives me a chance to use everything in a battle. I'm going into a battle with basically everybody turn meter loaded. I should be able to have my abilities right off the bat.
Yeah, I understand, but I feel like it's a bit more of a challenge if your ability cooldowns don't reset.
It's a bit more of a challenge, yes. I can agree there. But is it, I'm all for being able to use my toys, as our friend Neil likes to say.
Yeah.
So being able to use those toys is kind of what Lego rewards, because guess what? They are toys.
They quite literally are toys.
And have you and I agreed to not call them tunes, but instead call them figs?
I mean, I think it was a non-spoken agreement, but okay. Absolutely, they are not tunes; they are figs.
Yeah.
The ones in the other game aren't tunes either. I don't care what anybody has to say.
Well, some of them are. And a lot of the ones in another game are tunes.
Yeah, well. But yeah, I mean, I think it kind of depends on how you want to view Brixpedition, right? Do you want to view Brixpedition as a way to kind of play with your toys and have fun with the effort that you've put in with them? Or do you want to use it as a way to learn more about the teams that you have and kind of how they work together and how you can use them together in situations that are not ideal, right? So that's kind of, my headspace as far as all this is concerned, is like, I want to be able to be forced and put in a position where I have to critically think and say, okay, and really learn how these characters work together and how the figs work individually.
Well, then you just go in with the healer and just basic spam all the time.
Well, not all the time.
You still figure out how to do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and take that break before we strangle each other across country, all right?
Strangle each other? I didn't think it was that heated of a conversation.
Oh, I thought you were getting mad at me.
No, absolutely not. I'm not Neil.
Oh, he's got to listen to that. Listen to you say that when
and
when
he will full on admit that he gets mad. It's a Nev rage, for God's sakes. Anyway, we will go to break. We will be back with more Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed in the Escape Pod cast right after this.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
Hey there, Legacy Heroes. Did you know the Escape Pod cast is on social media? In addition to YouTube, we're on Facebook and Twitter. Give us a like and a follow to stay up to date on what's new in-game, in the Escape Pod, plus updates on that other space game. The links are down in the description below and on our Discord server in the Show Links channel.
And welcome back to this next segment of the Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed edition of the Escape Pod cast. Once again, last segment, Frankie, you're a superstar. Thank you for the support. The words cannot convey the appreciation, and we're going to mention it that way. All right. Sam, what do you got here? You have some you have another thing on the docket for us to talk about, and I believe that is going to be that we are getting
One word.
Bat Lord,
Yep.
Bat Lord, Bat
Bat
Lord.
Lord. Basil! Basil is coming to the game, and I am hyped. So excited.
I love his regeneration. I love his get hit animation. The fact that he falls apart and then just comes right back together.
Yeah, he's got such a super cool kit, and like Basil's one of those figs that like there's some of them in the game that like you play against them and you hate it, but you kind of love it at the same time because you're like, oh, this is gonna be so cool when I get it. And like Basil is definitely one of those characters or one of those minifigs for me, so I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, but along with Basil, a lot of people are speculating that we might also get Willa. A little bit easier availability of Willa, that is.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but who knows? I mean, they could very well surprise me.
Yeah, he will unlock apparently at 3 stars.
He's a brick pace event.
He's a brick pace event, so that means free to play. If you don't get him this time, just go as far as you can. It'll come back around. It's got that little logo that says it's gonna come back.
Yep. He will come back for sure. But I can tell you that I will be focusing very, very hard to get him.
So I don't blame you. I don't blame you because he is a tank with kind of healing abilities for other players as well. And guess what? He's a builder.
He's a builder.
He's a builder, so he can replace my Poppy.
He can replace your Poppy. He's got a castle tag. What other tag does he have, Paul?
He has Fright Night.
Fright Night. Yes.
I'm looking through here. I'm trying to see, are there any other Fright Nights?
Maybe just Willa?
Just Willa. Yeah, just Willa.
Yep.
But he doesn't have a... he does have the spooky tag, so I can use him with my spooky girl.
You can, yeah. So he's castle, he's spooky. So it'll be... I mean, I want him because he's got the castle tag, and I think that he will be a splendid replacement for my Headley, because I'm ready to boot him out of my castle team. But yeah, so I'm
what did
very,
poor
very
Headley
excited.
do to you?
Nothing. He's just not that great.
Great. So if we ever get 5
back.
members of this show in one room, you're going to look to replace us with some new member.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's only 4 of us now, so we'll see who the 5th one you add in, but...
Well, I mean, technically, there's you, there's Neil, there's me, there's Heinzie, there's Scotty.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, and now there's Flair.
Well, Flair's part of the castaways. Flair's never hosted the cast.
Oh, that's true. He's never hosted the cast, but I was thinking GAC, but GA Center, but
yeah. Which, by the way, if you're watching this on Twitch, the first episode will be live in just over an hour and 23 minutes from this recording. And if you're watching this 24 hours later on YouTube, exactly as it aired 24 hours prior, an hour and a half later, the GA Center will be on YouTube.
Yeah. So just kind of hang out.
Spend some time with the Escape Podcastaways.
Yes, all your time. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm excited for the Brick Pace event. It's going to be great. It's going to be super fun. I don't think that they're going to put Willa in the event store. I really don't. What
about her being a surprise second area?
No.
Nope. So no Governor Tierney, Lay Tierney.
No.
Shenanigans going on. This is just going to be Basil.
Yes, I think it's just going to be Basil. And here is why. So Willa is one of those characters that at this point in the game, it's a big accomplishment if you have her, because she is so difficult to get. And there
expensive.
Expensive, yes. And there are people who have her, and they are the Krakens that help support this game. That wanted her, they have her, they spent a lot of money to get her. So I don't think that they will make her more easily accessible just yet. I don't think that they're going to do it. There are people that disagree with me, and I've had discussions on the minifigure Empire kind of community channel, and we had a huge discussion about it.
You're using discussion loosely.
No, it was a discussion. But no, I thought that that a lot of people had brought some really good points. But I firmly stand on my opinion that they're not going to bring her. She's not going to be part of the event store. She's not going to be a surprise in the event. I think it would be cool if they featured her in the event as like a character.
Or an ally that you can use.
Oh, how cool would that be? How cool would that be?
In like the later version, in the later ones, you get a 6-star Willa or 7.
Yeah, that would be
5
cool
or 6-star Willa. I think 7. You still need Gameloft. I totally understand the need for money in this.
Yeah, especially with how early in the game we are, right? Like they really rely on those folks who are going to spend that kind of money and cracking out on these figs. So, I don't think that she's going to be in there. I am.
Believe me, if I won the lottery, I would have Major Karstovsky by the end of the week. If I won the lottery, I'm gonna let you know that, Llama, and I'll make sure you get Willa.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. But you know who I do think has a high probability of being in that store? Spooky Girl.
I was gonna say, please say Spooky Girl gets added.
I do. Honestly, I was very surprised they didn't bring her free to play
yet
in this whole spooky event, because they were like, oh, Summer of Spooky. Now granted, she might come later in the summer because they didn't put a time frame on Summer of Spooky.
Summer just started like 3 days ago. You know that, right?
I know. So I mean, I think that it would be wise for them to bring her at some point in this Summer of Spooky, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put her in the event store. I think it would be a really great transition for people to kind of work on her, especially when we're getting Basil. But yeah, I don't think that. Yeah.
Okay, so now about Spooky Girl though, we got her, and did I miss seeing a return of Bags like like Scarlet and Hank? Did she ever come back at all in bags?
I think she did, but I ignored her.
And now you're wanting Basil like he's the coming of the Messiah.
I don't want Basil for a spooky team. I want it for my castle.
But you know that there's going to be a Brixped when they bring it back. Because remember, they said that they're going to change it up. And they're going, we're going to see different teams needed. You know darn well we're going to see a spooky node in the literal crossroads of a Brixped coming up.
Yes, especially if they gear this store towards spooky characters, which I think that they will. I think they will put zombie in there. I think they will put spooky girl in there. So I think that
I did buy a little bit of zombie.
Oh,
I like zombie.
Well, no, that's okay. Sticking with your theme of going for factions and characters that nobody else is. You're ahead of the meta. We're not going to say that it was silly. We're going to say you're ahead of the meta.
I'm ahead of the meta. My Gear 12 cup proves it. No. But no, honestly, when I play this game, and I think that's what, and I feel that's kind of what exudes when it comes to our shows. I play the games because I enjoy them. I don't play them to be on top of the meta. I don't play to be the very best, like no one ever was. Wait a minute, that's the wrong game.
Wrong game.
But I play them to enjoy myself and smile when I look at my roster. I have a spooky girl sitting over here in my minifig collection. I have, hot dog guy sitting over there. I've got these figs. And being able to play them in my game is just even that much better.
Yeah. I mean, and it's because of this game that, and Paul, you know this, I have recently started my own fig collection.
Yes! You're still looking for the llama of Series 20.
I know, I'm looking for the llama, but I've got a little collection of 9 going. My wife is a doll. She goes and she picks up bags when she sees them at Target. She's the best.
Even if they do say 19 on them.
Even if they do say 19. Although I got some pretty cool ones from Series 19, and I'm happy about them.
Which ones should you get from 19? Sorry, guys, we're gonna AFOL out real quick.
Yep. I'll put them all in front of the camera. So first bag, I've got them in order lined up from how I opened them. First bag, pizza guy.
Pizza. Okay.
Pizza guy. Okay.
Excellent.
Second bag, Egyptian scorpion queen.
Okay.
Scorpion
very
queen,
nice.
Okay? Third bag, Galactic bounty hunter.
The Galactic bounty hunter was a very, very good one.
Yes, this one's a very good one. And so I was happy with the Series 19 ones that she got me because we watched Lego Masters. If anybody is in the United States, this was the first season that they did Lego Masters in the United States. And they did a whole challenge with the Series 19 minifigures. So it was cool to get some of the minifigures that they used in the challenge.
Oh, yeah. I have...
Little biker girl.
See, down here in the... You can't see him. But I have the panda. And I have the pooper scooper.
Nice.
So...
Nice. And then last one from Series 19. And this one's actually my favorite one. The little gamer dude with the green hair.
Hey!
I was happy about getting him.
Oh, no.
No, not Ninja. Ninja's got blue hair. And then I've got 4 from Series 20. So I've got the little Viking dude here. Little Viking. They gave me an extra beard, an extra little ginger beard. Piece, so I will be putting him somewhere, putting that somewhere hysterical in another minifigure.
So you got a mystery extra piece. I didn't get any in the Series 19 bags, but I got 2 extra pieces so far in the 20 bags that I've opened. I wonder if you get all of them. If you get to put together a special fig in the 20th series.
That would be really cool. I would be very happy about that. So I got the beard, and then And then I got this little the hip hop dancing girl, and that was the extra piece. So she's got like a little clear piece that like sticks her up in the air, and that was the extra one that I got in her bag.
Okay.
And then
okay.
And then I've got the little Power Ranger guy, which is what I'm going to call him. He looks like a Power Ranger.
Yeah, they definitely look like the Power Ranger.
And then the last one that I got was the little kid one, which I'm pretty sure was just a test to see how they were going to plan out the Baby Yoda minifigure.
Oh no, we've seen little kids before.
Yeah,
we have absolutely seen little kids, and we've also already seen what the Baby Yoda minifigure is going to look like.
Yeah, but Series 20 came out before they released that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I of course always still love my personalized me,
yes.
Which I will be once I find a llama, they will live on the mic cover.
Yes, I fully plan on drawing little Ray-Ban glasses on the llama minifig that I find, just so it looks a little bit more like me.
So what are you? Is there anything that you're farming other than going crazy for basil in the Brixped?
Just the same ones, man. So we're gonna do it. So one complaint that I do have.
No. We've always been open about the fact that we will give constructive criticism. We're not going to say that that a video game company sucks because I stubbed my toe while playing their game or anything like that.
Yeah. You cannot force me to have to go for almost 200 more tiles than in most other games and give me the same drop rate percentage as everyone else. You cannot make me do that. That is not fair. The farming timeline is way too long. You gotta cut it down or increase the drop rate, because I went 4 days straight without getting a single Jester Go-Go tile. I was ready to throw my phone out a window.
It's the farming rates, I will concur.
They are 30%.
I will absolutely concur that the farming rates are very difficult in this game with the number needed to 7-star a character. Yes, the roster is not as wide. That's true. But it used to be pretty narrow when it first started. So something has to give. Maybe maybe instead of a 25% or 30-40% drop rate, you knock it up to 50.
And just for the hard nodes. I'm happy with the drop rate in Monolith. I am. I haven't felt like there's been an issue with the drop rates in Monolith Waste. It's the hard nodes.
Because you're limited to 6.
They're killing me. They're killing me.
You're limited to 6, and you're lucky if you get 1 or 2 locust shards for me.
Yeah, and that's 12,
lucky.
I think.
I've been blanked twice. I have been blanked twice in the past 3 days on locust shards.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, but that's because
we're not going to go out on a we hate the drop rate rant.
No, but it just is. I'm now finding that I am gearing characters to gear 6 faster than I can farm characters, and it's frustrating. I have so many factions waiting and lined up, ready to, get farming, but I can't do it because I'm still trying to get my freaking Argenta to 7 stars.
And I remember Sephironis asking if he should try to take his Argenta to 6, and we're like, yeah, go with what you like.
I mean, I am. So I will say, like, you have space, I have pirates. I love the pirate faction in this game.
Why
it's
not
so
space
much fun.
pirates?
Space pirates I would be totally on board for. But I really do love the space, or the space. You love the space. I love the pirate faction. I have so much fun with them. There's a reason they're still in my arena. I literally don't use any other team in Brixpedition if I don't have to. But I have a blast with them, and I want them all 7 stars. I want them.
I do really like space. Everybody that sent me a birthday gift sent me. Do I still have any more? I know I got the boxes somewhere. They might be in the other thing. But everybody sent me literally the pack of 4 of the spacemen, Benny's Space Crew or whatever it was. You know, a $10 set where you get 4 space minifigs.
All for it.
All for it, definitely.
All for it. But yeah, I want. The farms are terrible. It really is. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Well, things will get better. We hopefully will be able to talk to Will about the community and some community community comments. If you guys have any questions, I can't guarantee we're going to answer them or ask them. I should say. If you guys have any questions for if we do happen to get Will on the show very soon that you would like answered about the community, if you're watching this on YouTube, throw it down below. If you're watching this live right now, and throw it in the listener lounge, or not just in the listener lounge. We have the Brick Bungalow inside. The Escape Pod server. Toss us your questions. Cannot guarantee that we're going to ask them. But, anything is better than nothing with inspiration towards other questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, guys, this is just, this is episode 12, but this is just the beginning of so many, many great things for this game. You're going to love it. If you haven't picked it up, pick it up now. It'll take you a little bit to get to level 50. You'll enjoy the ride.
Yes, it's such a fun game. Every aspect is so much fun. And it really is just a blast to play this game. And I have a ton of fun. I've said it before, but this game has become my main outlet. This is the one that I get up and I look forward to playing every day, and I'm in here 8 million times a day playing it, and I have conversations with Sephironis until we both are sick of talking about it in the server, and I love this game. So if you haven't picked it up, pick it up, do it. You won't regret it.
All right, guys. That does it for this week. Another huge thank you to Frankie for the generous bit donation in the first segment. I promise it's going to a good cause. I'll say that much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Yeah.
We have got some super awesome stuff planned coming in the next couple of weeks. We talked about Will. We've got another special guest coming in a couple of weeks, which is very, very awesome.
Yep. It depends on what happens with Will. We might have him next week. If we don't have Will next week, we've already kind of booked a special guest for next week that I think you guys are gonna love.
Yes. I'm excited. I'm giddy as a little schoolgirl. I am like fangirling over here. So I'm very, very excited about it.
All right, guys. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll see you guys next week. Be nice to each other. Wear your mask. And we'll see you next time. Any other parting words, Llama?
Peace.
All right. Llama, push the button.